ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء نحوا سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين لقيام يوم الدين. So inshallah we're going to take lesson 9b, and remember the expenses required for business, expenses required for personal living or personal maintenance or personal requirements, life requirements. Okay, so these are two expenses. We spoke about expenses required for investment, for income, for business. For that we discussed. Now we are going to discuss the expenses required in personal living. In business, we said you can recover your Khums paid money. Here we said no, you cannot. Why? But this is my personal needs. Yes, the difference I'm going to tell you. There, your Khums paid money was used. So Sharia told you recover your Khums paid money. Here, your monthly income is used before paying the Khums of it. So you're already exempt. And at the end of the year, we see what is remaining from your income. That is going to be Khums. You got it? So there you're investing your Khums paid money. Here you're spending un-Khums paid money. Okay, non-Khums money. That means what you get from your work, what you get from your business, you're spending on yourself. At the end of the year, you have to pay the Khums of the remaining. That means the whole year you were exempt. You're given exemption. You have been using your money without paying Khums for your needs, for your requirements, living expenses. So that's why at the end of the year, you pay the Khums of it, okay? So that one, in the beginning, you pay the Khums, the business investment. Here, at the end, you pay the Khums after. So you have, mashallah, a lot of exemptions. There, first of all, pay the Khums, then invest. Here, no. At the end of the year, pay the Khums. Even, like for example, your business income. So you got from your business, okay, some money. You're spending on that. You're spending on your life, the business income as well. So at the end of the year, whatever is remaining, you have to pay the Khums of it. Okay? So that is the difference between business income. Khums paid, recover your Khums from the income. Here there's no income. Here there's consumption. So here you're taking that income and consuming it on your life. So at the end of the year, you pay the Khums. If nothing is remaining, no Khums. You see, remember that toothpaste example we said that if half toothpaste, if it doesn't have any market value, no Khums on it. Okay, so whatever doesn't have market value at the end, like this half roll of tissue paper, how much is the value of it? Maybe in some countries that might have, but the country you live, the environment you live doesn't have a market value. So there will be no Khums. Oh, let me count how many tissue paper are left. So let me pay the Khums of it. No, like this deodorant, how much is left? Okay, let's say, I don't know if there's some left here or not. So if this much is left, so there is some. How much is the market value? Are you joking? Are you going to sell this? They'll consider you crazy if you try to find out the market value of the remaining. Even this much was remaining. No one would buy this kind of product, which are normally sealed in a plastic wrap and all those kind of, they will not buy. The medicine they don't buy, like this alcohol, okay? So sanitizer. So this much has been used. Does it have a market value? If you try to sell it here, no. But maybe in Bagamoyo or Taraja or Bhavnagar or some of these rural areas and villages, you see, they might give you a value of it. But here, no value of it. So we come back. So let's continue and see what are the things I can use without paying the khums of it. That means they're exempt. And what are the things I have to pay the khums of it, then use it. Okay, like rule of thumb, haram things. You want to buy a CD of songs, shaky wakey songs, or haram film, haram product. You want to buy something haram. That is not exempt. But I need this is my requirement of living. No, no. Sharia allows you to exempt halal thing. If you really want to commit that sin, pay the khums and prepare yourself to go to hell. Okay? But I paid the khums. Yes. Are you bribing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What are you trying to do here? So even if that is an obligation, and this is another obligation, stay away from haram. However, if you had purchased in the past CDs for songs and you did tawbah, you need to pay the khums of it. It's like two obligations. One is stay away, like zina, adultery. Stay away from zina. Don't commit zina, haram. But if somebody does that haram crime, then he has to do ghusl janabat. It's obligatory on him to do ghusl janabat. That doesn't mean that ghusl janabat will halalize his or make his thing haram thing halal. No, that haram stays haram. So your song stays haram unless if you do tawbah. But this is obligation. Even if you do tawbah, you have to pay the khums of the CDs because you are not supposed to spend on haram. These are haram things are not exempt from khums. This rule thumb. Extravagance, waste. If you cook so much food and you waste it, you have to pay the khums of it. Sharia told you your needs, your requirements are exempt, not the money you waste are exempt. Okay? So this is what we are going to see in this session today. Again, just to show you that the exempt annual expenses are business, we did. Personal expenses which are exempt, we are going to. So extravagant, no exemption. Haram things, no exemption. Being conjuice, makichus, miser, stingy, no exemption. Like for example, you are supposed to spend on your family $100. No, average, moderate. But you are so tight. Your son wants 50 cents or $1. No, no. Give him. I mean, just help your children. They let them have some kind of halal things. You see, okay? They're not asking for haram thing, and this is something normal with the kids. You give them pocket money. Okay, so give him $1, for example, pocket money. Nowadays $1. They said, Dad, I will give you $1. Give me $10 pocket money. Okay, $1. I will give you $1. So this is nowadays generation. So it's $1 is when I was kid. So this pocket money, okay, is something which you need to give. But you are stingy and miser, pay the khums of that pocket money which you are supposed to give to your family and children. Okay, if you are stingy and miser and it is known in the community that your type of people, your type of income, you have enough, you can give, but you want to be conjuice, not to give anything to your family, to your children, then you have to pay the khums of that money. Okay, obviously, because it will be saving at the end of the year. But even if you use it in something else, you have to pay the khums. Let's say you used it in your needs, but you are supposed to spend this. So Sayyid al-Sistani says, if you are conjuice, if you will be shortened, then that amount of money which you are supposed to spend in easing upon your family or using it for your needs, you did not use it, then you will pay the khums of it. Let's read the ruling. وَالْمُرَادْ مِنْ مَؤُونَةِ السَّنَةِ. What is the meaning of it? وَالْمُرَادْ مِنْ مَؤُونَةِ السَّنَةِ. Meaning of the expenses required for annual living. التي يجب الخمس في الزائد عليها. Which the khums is paid on whatever exceeds these annual living expenses. Okay? These annual living expenses are exempt. And that is كل ما يصرف في سنته. Everything he spends in his year. So what everything? We said halal and not extravagance is going to mention. So when I say everything, I've already mentioned two conditions. سواء في معاش نفسه, whether in his personal living, himself, or his family, وعياله, على النحو اللائق بحاله. The way it suits his condition, his status, okay? So not to be conjuice, miser, stingy, not to be extravagant. What is maybe your status does not require you to buy a Porsche car or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. then if you buy that, you'll have to pay the khums of that. Maybe your average is like Toyota Corolla or Toyota Nissan or Datsun. Oh my goodness, Datsun is no more living. They changed it to Nissan. When I was young, we used to have Datsun. Anyhow, so what type of car is suitable for people like you in the community? An average, okay? You don't have to take Suzuki and those kind of things if your people like you are taking Toyota or something, something good, okay? So take a car which is suitable for your status or people like you have it. And if you go above, you pay the khums. If you go below, now above and little, when I say, it's not that you have to measure by micro, milli, oh, $2,000, $2,001, oh, I have to pay that. No. We are talking about average. We are talking about lump sum. You don't have to be like nitpicky in the measurement and oh, this much and that much. And oh, no, I'll go to hell if I take like a car of $2,001 or $2,100. Come on, I mean, not too extreme. It's just a general rule, in general average, okay? People, they know themselves what are their capacities, okay? So, سواء في معاش اللائق بحاله, this is the key word, something which is suitable for his status. أم في صدقاته, or his charities. Don't go too much charity, don't go too less charity. Give charity according to your status. وزياراته, and his visitations, okay? His pilgrimage or visitation. Now this ziyarat could be travelings, or ziyarat could be the religious ziyarat. So it's a flexible, but it's from the halal requirements. Even if you want to go out with your family members, with somewhere which is suitable for your family members to go to, for example, have one weekend in Spain or here and there, and you have the capacity of it, you can afford it, not getting on credit cards and paying usury and interest on that trips. No, if you have money, you are able to. I'm capable. People like me, they use credit card. And how much interest you're paying? And how much haram you're doing in it? Paying interest after interest on your credit, that is not, that you have to pay the khums of it. Because you are paying interest in haram. You're not supposed to go. You don't need that trip. Unless if you needed it, that's something else. But you don't need these trips, just vacation trips. So they can go under this session of extravagant. And if you need it, you need to have spent some family time, quality family time. Then it will be khums exempt. So all these depends. Wahadaya, your price. Now you gave a gift to somebody. Your status is to give $50. You gave a gift of $1,000. What are you? Hatim al-Ta'i, Yajuj, Majuj, I don't know, whatever these names, King Namrud. So no, give to your capacity, okay? Your capacity, nobody will feel that, oh, $50 gift. To hell with him, don't give him a gift. He doesn't deserve it. If he's going to be, if you give him $1, he'll appreciate it, give him $50. If you feel that he's going to, oh, $50 gift is giving me, don't give him anything. He doesn't deserve it. Okay, people like this don't deserve it. So, وَجَوْ الْمُنَاسِبَ لَهُ, presents, gifts, all these are which are suitable. أَنْفِي ضِيَافَةِ الضِّيَافِ, or hospitality of the guest. Now, normally people, they put thousands of things on the sufra. No, that's extravagant. You have to pay the khums of it. You have to pay the khums of it. So be reasonable, be normal, put things which are not waste, because if this food goes waste, you're going to pay the khums of it. However, if you freeze it, you're going to eat for like 1 month, that's fine, because one of the families, I was invited and they kept a lot of food there. I said, what will this happen? Sorry about that, but where will this go? He said, don't worry. We will freeze it. We will enjoy 1 month of vacation. We will not cook. So I said, if that's the case, then alhamdulillah, there's no extravagant. But if it's going to be dumped into dumpsters, like many countries, they do it, that's a severe punishment for it, in the grave and in the akhirat. So, وَجَوَائِزِ الْمُنَاسِبَ لَهُ أَوْ فِي ضِيَافَةِ أَضْيَافِ, or in his hospitality with his guests. Okay? Yes. أَمْ وَفَاءً, or no, a category of وفاء بالحقوق اللازمة, or fulfillment of the final obligations, paying off final obligations, certain, like nether. You made a nether, you made a vow, Ya Allah, if I'll pass my test, I will pay like $1,000 to, for example, in the charity, in the masjid here, there, something, you see. So now you pass the test. So this $1,000, you are going to give it. So this is a khums exempt. Kafara, penalty, khums exempt. Ada id-dain, paying the loan, okay, khums exempt. Like you have previous loans, house loans, car loans, installments. If you have remaining at the end of the year, if you're going to pay the loan, then it is exempt. If you're not going to pay the loan, then you're going to use it in next year, then you have to pay the khums of it. However, Sayyidi Sistani has an exceptional ruling in this. We are going to mention it in next session. Okay, so the loan, because his rule is, but there are details. The rule is that if your loan amount is more than whatever is remaining at the end of the year, that means that end of the year is not your money, it's part of your loan money, even if you're not going to pay it off. Sayyid al-Khuy used to say, no, whatever remaining at the end of the year, if you are going to pay the loan with it, dedicated for loan payment, no khums, previous loans. But if you're not going to pay the loan of it, khums it. That was Sayyid al-Khuy. However, Sayyidi Sistani says no. Whether you pay or you don't pay, that extra amount is considered part of your loan money, because you are required loan of $100,000. At the end of the year, you have $10,000 remaining. So that is 10,000 is part of $1,000. So whether you pay it now, pay it later, it is exempt from khums. So his rule is that if the remaining, if the excess at the end of the year, excess wealth is more than your loan, pay the whatever is more than your loan. If it is less than your loan, no khums. If it is equal to your loan, no khums. Khums will be only on the, but there is a detail. I'm going to mention this detail in next session because the session is ending. So, wafa'an bil huquq al-lazima. We said this. Awdain, ada'u dain, loan payment. Loan payment is exempt. If you have a loan, which is, if you have remaining at the end of the year, we said, which is more than your loan, then you'll pay the khums of it. Less than your loan, then it is considered your loan. Awdain. Aw arshu jinaya. You cause damage to somebody, you hurt somebody, now you have to pay that criminal compensation, okay? Damage, you cause damage, you have to pay the compensation of criminal. Or penalty, gharama, okay? Or penalty, or whatever you have damaged, intentionally or unintentionally. So our penalty, أو غرامة, أو ما أتلفه عمدا أو خطأ, or whatever he caused damage to intentionally, compensation of damage intentionally or unintentionally. So crime penalty, this penalty, your parking ticket, for example, you got a parking ticket. Now why? Because nobody intentionally parks to get a parking ticket. If somebody does that, that's a crazy person. People, they park thinking that they are allowed to park, and then they get a parking ticket. That's the normal case, okay? Some people, they want to violate the law. But if you violate the law, then there might be a case where you are not exempt. But most of the people, they have this, these things are not intentionally done. The police gives you a ticket just for going a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit this. All those penalties are exempt from khums. But Sayyidi Sistani says, أو غرامة, or penalty or compensation of damage caused intentionally or unintentionally. For Sayyidi Sistani, even if you parked in a wrong place intentionally, that parking ticket will be exempt. That's for Sayyidi Sistani. So he is flexible in these penalties, okay? So these penalties or compensation of damage caused intentionally or unintentionally, they are exempt. أو فيما يحتاج إليه من سيارة. You need a car. exempt from khums. You need a servant, exempt from khums. Your books, your furniture, athath, kutub, أو في تزويج أولاده, or you want your children to get married, okay? So that money also, you get them married. Again, those rules, remember, extravagant and being stingy and miser. And most of the people in marriages, they spend a lot, and a lot is thrown into dumpster, food and those kind of things. أم في تزويج أولادهم, or to get their children married. وختانهم, their circumcision. Once upon a time, the circumcision costed money. But nowadays, most of the countries, they do it free of charge. وغير ذلك, and all other than that. So now he concludes. فالمؤونة, now he will give the two conditions, remember. فالمؤونة, the required expenses for personal living are whatever is known in the common consideration. Not extreme left, not extreme right. Not too much over expenses, not being stingy and miser, which is normally spent. Okay? A person normally. سواء كان الصرف فيه على نحو الوجوب, whether you're spending on wajibat, like wajib hajj, أم الاستحباب, like mustahab hajj, recommended hajj, which is, or ziyarat, or whatever recommended trip, أو الإباحة, or you spend on permissible thing. You go to a garden or something like that, and you pay the fee to enter the garden or to enter the museum or to enter, like going into the museum, to some it is permissible act, not even mustahab. But some people, they love museum. Museum is like eating ice cream for them. For me, maybe I disagree with that. But people, they have differences of opinion, okay? Maybe people will think, oh, eating ice cream, and that's nonsense. So people, they have differences of opinion. We have to respect everybody. So even though I don't think, for me, maybe I'll go to museum, I'll have to pay the khums of the money. But he says, no, it's okay. Because it's a permissible act, going to the museum. Some museum you learn, but some museum, I've been to some museum, I didn't learn anything. But maybe this is my problem, my defect. But there are people, they learn from every museum. So therefore, these museum, yeah, so it's permissible. Not just that, even makruh. You go to a place, okay, like for example, some place where you might commit haram, not guaranteed. You might commit haram, you might fall. So that if you know that you will commit haram, you should not go. Like for example, going to this Disneyland or these Fiesta or these kind of roller coaster and things, and especially in summer, okay, where there are half naked girls there and this and that. So if the youth, they are going to go there and they know that they are going to look with haram looks, they should not go there. It's haram for them. So what about those youth who have control on themselves? They might fall, they might not. Okay, then that is makruh. If there's a probability, that's makruh. So you are going there to entertain. So that's a kind of makruh place for you to be there in, whenever there are half naked ladies going around and here and there, and you might fall into harams, not sure, but you might. So it is makruh to be there, okay? So you're spending on makruh. This or any other example, I could think only examples which I see in my life in front of me, and I try to tell the people that if you commit haram by going there, then you have to pay the khums of this ticket which you purchased to go into this merry-go-round or what go around and around, and these roller coasters. And so as long as it's not, haram is not committed, you can have that entertainment as long as it's suitable for your status. Naam. However, لا بد في المؤونة المستثنى من الصرف فعلا. So what in reality, what in actually is spent, okay? So that is exempt. However, فإذا قدر على نفسه لم يحسب له. Let's say I was supposed to spend $100 in food. So I spent $60. I saved a lot. Okay, then that is not considered your food money now anymore. So you pay the khums of it. But no, the food costs $100. And I was able to get from here and there and save money and this and that. So I was able to do my kanjusi, stingy miserness, bakhil kind of phenomena. So I was able to save. Yes. So that is your annual income remaining excess. So you have to pay the khums of it because you did not use it actually. Yes, potentially it was supposed to be used, but you did not use it actually. So he says, فعلا يعني actually it is used. Not if you save, then it will go into your saving. فإذا قتر على نفسه, if he tightens on himself, and then that extra which is supposed to be used in the food will not be exempt. And also in extravagant, كما إذا تبرع متبرع له, or no, somebody donated, like you're going to spend $100 in food. Somebody brought you food. So those $100 are saved. You have to pay the khums of it. No, these were for my food. Somebody brought me food. Yes, but now it is saving. Okay. It's not anymore your food money. It was supposed to. So he says, if somebody, for example, if somebody donated, a donor donated an amount, okay, for his expenses or some of his expenses, then whatever was donated is not exempt from his annual remainings. Okay, no, he has to pay the khums of it. بل يحسب ذلك من الربح الذي لم يصرف في المؤونة. So, or if we suppose to, let me see if I have kept this here. However, the exempt personal expenses is whatever he spends actually, not potentially. So which he was supposed to spend and did not spend. Therefore, if he was expected to spend certain amount, an average expense of 200, and did not spend it because he was a miser, thus he spent only 150 and he saved 50, which will not be exempt from the khums, even though it was potentially expected amount, but since he did not use it or became from his saving. Or if you're supposed to spend 200, but someone donated the money totally or partially. In this case, the donated amount would not be exempt from his earned wealth. Thus, it would be considered from his annual expenses, annual savings, and would be khumsed. Yes, next slide. وأيضا, and again he reminds the average in common consideration, not extreme, not too little, go, the rest goes to saving. Too extravagant, waste goes to the also as you have saving, as you have wasted your money. وأيضا لابد من أن يكون الصرف على النحو المتعارف, which is known in the common consideration. فإن زاد عليه وجب خمس التفاوت. As we said, if it is more, he spends more than what he's supposed to spend, he has to pay the khums of extra. وإذا كان المصرف سفها وتبذيرا, and if the amount paid expenses was waste and extravagant, لا يستثنى المقدار المصروف. The amount which is spent in extravagant and excessive and waste is not going to be exempt. بل يجب فيه الخمس. More even, the khums will be obligatory on that amount. بل إذا كان المصروف راجحا شرعا. More even, he says, more even, if your excessive money paid, extravagant, was even in a religious issues, you will have to pay the khums of the extra. But I donated. Yes, your average does not require that much donation from you. People like you. So for example, he gives, ولكنه غير متعارف. It is not known. He spent religious preferred expenses. Okay, donation which is initially exempt, but he spent more. كما أنه إذا صرف جميع أرباح سنته. He spent all his annual income benefits where in building a masjid. في عمارة المساجد, which is something good. Masajid, mosques, masajids. والإنفاق على الفقراء. All the money given to the poor. Imam Hassan alayhi salam did it, but you are not Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Imam Ali did it, you are not Imam Ali alayhi salam. ونحو ذلك. ففي استثناء ذلك من وجوب الخمس إشكال. You cannot exempt that from khums. That means on the basis of obligatory precaution, you're supposed to pay for masjid $100, you pay $2,000, you pay the khums of extra. Maybe 200 exempt, maybe 300, but not $2,000. So, and يدفع خمس الزائد على المقدار المتعارف. So one should pay the khums on the extra paid on the known amount in common consideration, commonly considered amount. So in average, in commonly, how much people like you donate for masjid? Okay, I don't know people, they do it secretly. Let's do some assumption, consideration. Okay, not all their wealth they give it. They live for their family, they live for their life. No, I don't want anything. I want akhirat. This dunya, I'm going to die tomorrow, so I don't want anything to save. But Imam Ali alayhi salam said, work for this world as you are going to live tomorrow, eternally. Work for the hereafter as you are going to die tomorrow. So you are going to live it as eternally as well. So leave something, not entirely to the masjid, not entirely. No, I just want. But you have your family, you have your children, you have your. So leave something for them and then donate. Look how much people they donate like you. So Islam wants a balance in life, not extremism. Sometimes people, they become extreme. Their family have needs, they give masjid and they do this. But what about your family needs? Needs of your family. Not even recommended. Some people, their family members are complaining. They call us. They say, our husband is not providing us, not giving us, and is donating to the masjid. So this much amount, the wife obviously knows how much amount goes in the masjid. Okay, so this is wrong. The best charity is, where you spend on your family. Before you give to the poor, make sure that your family are okay. Before you give to the masjid, make sure your family is okay. Before you give in any other charitable cause, orphan, this, that, make sure that family is okay and not complain. What about Fatima Zahra alayhi salam? Fatima Zahra gave her, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, Fidda, servant, Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, Muhammad, everything they gave. Yes, but Fatima Zahra's children were like her. They were not complaining. They did not have issues. Our children, they have their needs. Okay, so their priority comes before other children. But Fatima, train your children. Teach your children politely, nicely to be like Imam Hassan and Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. So they would come and say, Papa, just give this money to our share to the masjid, our pocket money to it. They will come. But don't you give, and your wife and your family and children are complaining behind you. I get complaint from children. Our dad is not spending on us. It's so tight situation, this and that. No, you can't. You have to first. The priority comes to the family. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على